at the spot where the lights are bright. We're laughing, shouting, holding on real tight. Just examine that old school sound in the rhythm of the night, where the fun's always found. Here we're rolling all the way, just let the good times flow in this pixelated land where the wild ones go. Cruising at the arcade floor, we're shooting in Gallagher Road. Yeah, we're glowing at the Pixel Show. Let's blast them at the game machine glow. Well, everybody playing, everybody scoring at the ballroom touring.
Hello. How are we doing tonight? Guys, it is Friday night. You made it through the week. Let's see if I can get, there we go. You made it through the week, guys. You made it. And here you are. It's 10:30, at least Eastern time, and it's time to have a nice beverage, and to sit back, relax, and let's talk some Xbox. I do have MichaelB the Game Genie. He's going to be here shortly. They just finished up Super Game Room Dude, so he's going to get himself. Actually, speak of the devil, there he is.
What's going on?
How we doing? Oh, Michael B's here, and tonight we're going to be talking Xbox. It seems like everyone is really has a lot of opinions on Xbox right now. But before we get started with that, how you doing, man?
I'm okay. We just finished up Super Game Room Dudes, and one of those weird times where we actually finish kind of on time for you. We try our best, but sometimes we just keep going,
Yeah, whenever you get 4 guys like that, I know on Arcades Anonymous, you get talking, and it's like things just keep rolling, and things keep getting brought up, so it just is what it is. So it never bothers me. So you guys just keep going, as long as you like people's, they trickle in afterwards. So it's always a good time. Always a good time.
You have Fridge on that show. I'm surprised anybody else gets a word in edgewise.
Tell me about it. Some days it's like, come on, no. He's definitely someone that before we used to have awkward silences. You remember those on Arcades Anonymous? We were very known for awkward silences, but once he got on there, it's like there's no silences at all.
No, it's a good and a bad thing because you want somebody there to pick up for those moments and always have something to say. It's a challenge. Like, I'm really bad for it. Like, I overtalk a lot and I overtalk people and I always feel terrible about it afterwards. Like, I'll go to sleep and I'll think about it and I'm like, man, I cut Carl off about 47 times that night.
Yes, yeah, it's okay. We're good with it over there, especially, but yeah, Chaotic BPR was also supposed to be on here tonight with us. I don't know if I know he works a lot, so maybe he ended up catching some Z's and forgot, kind of thing.
Yeah, I know he has been having some trouble sleeping recently too. So yeah, he might just be out.
Yeah. So Chaotic, whenever you see this, if you end up coming on, great. But if you wait till that replay, it's all good. It's all good. But I always like to, on the show, start out with something a little bit lighter, news that's going on. So before we get into like the really, really hard stuff, I didn't get to see. Hopefully, you guys didn't talk about this on Super Game of Dudes, but maybe you did. Let me get it up here because you guys are always good with the news. Let me go here, and I'm pulling a Michael B. Where I'm like, let me get this up here.
That's what she said. Yeah.
Yes. So this week we had the Game Boy Lego that a lot of people were talking about, but someone actually modded this so that they can actually play Game Boy games on the actual Game Boy. Did you get a chance to look at this?
Yeah, had the link sent to me by a bunch of people. Had someone say it should have always been a Game Boy. And I'm like, oh my god. I have one of these
Yes.
coming. I'm really excited, but I thought it was only a matter of time before someone did something like this. Community's wild, right?
Yeah.
The modding community.
Yeah, and I think I know the person you're talking about, and I was like, the amount of licensing it took to probably just to get the Lego, set to look like a Game Boy
Yeah.
was probably enough, but to actually include, all the tech side and the screen and everything like that through Nintendo would have been like, a couple $100, if not more,
Yeah.
just to get that. Like,
Not the cheap fun piece we all have coming, right?
yeah, yes, not $60, not $60,
Yeah.
but there is a way to do it, guys. If you decide you want to mod your my camera went sideways. If you wanted to mod your Game Boy, you can't do that. You can't do that. Don't know how he did it, but there is a way. There is a way. Is this something you plan on modding,
No,
Michael
no, not
B?
at all. No, not at all. I've got an analog. Oh, geez, what are they called? Analog Pocket. I will never mod anything to be a Game Boy ever again.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have a Ambernick. I got the one that looks like
Oh,
a Game
Jesus,
Boy
it feels
Advance
like I'm back
SP.
with nostalgia.
I
Ambernick.
know. I know. Yeah, I have I wish they came in red because whenever I was growing up, I had the red Game Boy Advance SP, but they don't have a solid red one. So I went with the silver, and it looks and feels just like a Game Boy Advance SP. And there's like a million games on there.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'd ever really worry about it too much. Or if I really wanted a Game Boy game that's not on there, I could always sideload it onto the Ambernick. So yeah, me and nostalgia. I guess we're gonna sit around with our Ambernick, and that's how we're gonna play these.
You fools in your poor emulation. You got to join me and James in the world of analog and go get the Pocket. Like, honestly, the Analog Pocket is incredible FPGA emulation. I've got everything on it. It's got a dock. I can load it up to TVs, play NES with FPGA emulation. It's a must-have, in my opinion. People with the Ambernicks just wasting time and money. I'm sorry, I'm being a very big elitist about this, but when it comes to like console emulation, like it's timing is so fucking important, especially with early
Yeah.
NES games. So, like,
Yeah.
some games are just unplayable, even through really good emulators that you think are really good. Like, if you have the Super Nintendo Classic and you try to play Super Punch Out, it's not the same thing. It doesn't work. I
Yeah.
can't play it, right?
Yeah, yeah. Have you tried to play? I have the NES controllers for my Switch, and
Yeah.
I tried to play Punch Out with those, and I did not do very well with those things. I don't know what it was, if it was the timing or if it was just me because I hadn't played it so long. But I was like, this did not go very well for me.
Yeah, I don't mess with Punch Out on systems like that anymore. If I'm gonna play Punch Out, I can do pretty good on Punch Out, even though like I remember when the NES Classic came out, Pat the NES Punk said couldn't beat Mr. Dream. The emulation was terrible, but with the original Punch Out on the NES Classic, I can get relatively far. But I've never been excellent at Punch Out, anyways. The furthest I've ever got, I'm stuck on Super Macho Man. That's the fight I'm stuck on. I can't beat him, so I've never made it to Tyson. So
I never made it to oh, it's like Soda Pop or what's his name?
Soda Popinski.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that was
never beat him. Like that's usually where I'm like done.
he used to be my stopping point, and then back in the dark ages of YouTube 10 years ago, did a video with two of my friends from YouTube about how I couldn't beat Soda Popinski. So we did a challenge to see who could do the best against Soda Pop, and I ended up winning. I beat him for the first time, and I had the best time too. So fun video I did
Nice.
back when I liked the actual creation side of making videos on YouTube a whole lot more when I had more
Awesome,
time,
awesome.
not with 2 kids.
I know that's the I think we talked about that too. It's like all these projects that I want to do and things I want to try out, but it's always like, man, I just don't have time with 3 kids. It's like, okay, it sounds like a great idea and that's something I could do, but it's like I just don't have the time. But anyways, two real quick before I forget, you do see that I do have right here a QR code. This is to donate to Steve. I know everyone probably in the community's already heard about it, but we also are doing it on this channel. Uh, so this is to donate to Steve. I know you're kind of one of the people behind it. So if you want to try to explain it a little bit better, probably than what I could. So what's going on with Steve and this donation here?
I got my elevator speech for this ready, I guess.
Okay.
So
Yes. Yes.
I'll try to do my best to not miss something I said before, but I try to talk, directly from the heart when I talk about this. So met Steve through YouTube. Steve has always been a very good community member, comes into the shows, talks, is really nice, really supportive, like so many people are. But even though we see people in the comments, a lot of times you don't really super connect with them. So Carl actually brought it up because I didn't know how this happened, but Steve started playing walkabout golf with us. And we started becoming real friends with him, and he's the kind of person that just will really appreciate your time and appreciate the connection. Like he'll write you like page long messages in Facebook Messenger afterwards, check up on you if you're having a rough day. He's just that really nice a person, and we all knew that there was something going on there. But Steve was never the kind of person to complain about his life or anything like that, or he'll share with you, but not in a way like woe is me or poor me. So we found out that Steve had at one point had a pretty significant bout with cancer. He ended up losing a lot of his teeth, and his face is pretty rough because of it. And he talked about, like, there's an opportunity for him to have surgery so he can get his teeth back, and that would give him back his confidence, give him back his smile, and make him feel better about how he talks, and also make him feel better about his appearance so he can get back out in the community. Because before all this, he was a really social guy, and now he's kind of stuck homebound because of the situation. Anyways, we talked about it, and he said, I've had people offer to do GoFundMe's for me in the past, but I don't feel right about it. I feel there's people that have greater needs than me. And we were like, now, fuck that, man. You deserve this, Steve. This is 100% what GoFundMe is set up for. So we decided we were going to do it. We had to push Steve because we wanted to do this over a month ago. And, Steve was still kind of hesitant. I wanted to make sure we had the right information. We talked to the doctors about it, make sure we could go through with it. And, finally we got it up, and the response from the community has been super heartwarming. Like, I mean, I know me personally, it makes me feel good. There's a lot of negativity in this community a lot of times where people are picking people apart, saying really nasty stuff about people just for no reason and just being overall shitheads. But you see something like this happen, and it like restores your faith in humanity, man. The fact that so many people have wanted to support Steve, help Steve, and jumped in on this charity. I think, yeah, like it's over $3,600 at this point. I know it's actually more than that because our good buddy Stock Jock, who is like the greatest human being in the entire world, jumped on top
Yes.
of it and made a donation as well. So I think we're closer to 4,000 now, and we're 2,500 away from the initial goal. And man, if we can get this done and make Steve feel good again, that would mean the world, right? So thank you so much, everybody, for supporting it. I say this like, if you can, appreciate a donation on behalf of Steve. But if you can't, anything you do, share it. And importantly, Steve is the kind of person that really appreciates people, going out of their way to make time for him, spend time with them. Like Walkabout Golf, P Dubs talked about it. Like that's his socialization. And he said that the people that play Walkabout with him and his friends are more than friends. They're like his family now because this is his big social interaction. So I know he's looking for people to connect with, just reach out, say some nice words. If you can't donate, you don't feel like you can share, just say hi to Steve, and I think he'd appreciate that. So thank you everybody so much for donating towards this. Helping Steve really means a lot to me. Steve's wrote me so many times. I know he's wrote other people. He's like, I don't have any tears left to shed, but I sure do. And my poor cold dead heart waters up, tears up, thinking about how awesome this is and how awesome everybody's been. So thank you very much. And, we love you, Steve, and so glad this is working the way it is.
Yes, so we're gonna leave this QR code over there up in the corner. So at any point in time during the stream, if you feel like donating, do me a favor, double it and give it to Steve. That's what we want you to do. So no super chats tonight, and if they are given to me, they'll go right on through to Steve. So please keep that in mind, guys.
Yeah,
Keep
do
donating
the
right here.
donations instead, because YouTube
Yeah,
keeps like 30% of the super chats and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it'd
yeah.
be better if the money just went directly to Steve.
Yeah, yeah. So it saves, it helps just get him more towards his goal. So it looks like you said we're at about 4,000 after other donations you said have come through. So he's only $500 away from his goal,
From
guys.
the first
So
goal, because
from the first goal. Okay.
the way GoFundMe does it, like when I asked Steve, he said it was about $6,500 was his estimate. However, when we put that in, for some reason GoFundMe drops it to 45, and then like it'll go up to 65. So the actual goal is
Okay.
65, but pretty close to the first one, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's awesome, and I think MG had mentioned it on Rascal's stream in the chat that there is no small donations here, guys. Whatever you can give, you just give, and it just greatly appreciated. So if you have the opportunity, please do that for him. Awesome though, awesome. It is truly heartwarming to see the community continue to do that. And my camera keeps like slightly moving. Sorry guys, let me tighten it up here.
It's too
It's
much.
like
It's
slightly.
too much good-looking big man on TV, right? So your
That's
camera's
what
like,
it
nope,
is.
nope, can't control it.
I think it's more or less just like the ginger, the pale is too much. I gotta like, it's like looking at the sun. But uh, anyways, on to Chaotic City's actually on his way right now. His laptop was updating, so he's going to be here shortly. So while we're waiting
Nice.
for him, there was some other movie news. I don't know how
Ooh,
you feel about Superman, the new Superman, but apparently it's doing very well on streaming. It says that Superman has become HBO Max's biggest movie debut since the Barbie movie, with 13 million views in 10 days. So this is coming on stronger than the Barbie movie, apparently. Um, and it's free, not free, but you pay the subscription and you get it on HBO Max. And apparently, everyone is wanting to watch it. What do you think of this movie? I finally got to see it a couple weeks ago, so I have an opinion, but I don't know if you got to see it yet or not.
I did. I went to theater. I took my daughter, and I think I took my nephew too. He was home because he doesn't live home. My brother and his girlfriend broke up, and they had kids. And my nephew left with her and moved to a different province, so he was home for the summer. I think it was actually his birthday. I took him out for his birthday to the movie. My brother came too, so it was my brother, his son, me, and my daughter. We all went to see it together. I love this. Like, I mean, I'm like one of the weird people. Like, I loved Christopher Reeve's original Superman movies. I actually really liked Superman Returns when everybody hated it. I liked Henry Cavill in the role of Superman, although I didn't like the Man of Steel movies as much. I thought it was a little bit too dark and not exactly my cup of tea for Superman. I thought this went back to more of a Christopher Reeves feeling movie. It was a lot more nice, a lot more kind. There were elements from it that I felt James Gunn. I was just like, come on, James, like you don't need to make this a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Like, geez,
Yeah.
like everybody talks about, oh man, that Mr. Terrific scene was great. I mean, you stick Yondu in there, no one would have knew the difference between the two,
Yeah.
right? Like, I was just like, this
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
blatant ripoff of Yondu scenes from Guardians of the Galaxy. But I liked it. I liked the movie. I liked the thought process. I thought he was a good Superman, David Cornsweet. I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
I thought the Lois was good. The Justice Gang was kind of funny. I hope he doesn't go too hard with that because there is a Justice League, so he doesn't need to be too fixated on being weird.
Yeah.
Um, I thought Lex Luthor was good. I thought I can't remember what his name is, but I thought he did a really good job as Lex Luthor. I love the take on Jimmy Olsen being like this weird looking guy, but yet he's got like all the Riz, being the Riz master, and
Yeah.
Lex's girl was like in love with Jimmy Olsen. I
Yeah.
love Superman. I can't wait to watch it again. All the critics and stuff like that, that's fine. You like what you like, and there's going to be people that were going to absolutely crucify this movie right from the start, anyways, because everything's fucking tribalism now, right? So you have all these people in the Zack Snyder camp that are pissed because The Rock screwed up Henry Cavill coming back, and they're pissed that Zack Snyder is not continuing, but yeah, I thought it was fun. I want to see more of this. I hope Superman, like 19K Fox says, it doesn't become a side character in all these movies. Like he deserves to be the central figure in a Superman movie. And they're talking about the next one, Man of Tomorrow, and they're saying it's not really a Superman movie. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, that was my main complaint with it is I didn't feel like he was much of a Superman. Like he was beat up like 2/3 of the movie. Like he just was like out, and I was like I wish he would have done a little bit more. I think there's only like a fleet of bad guys in the entire thing that he beats by himself. Everyone else he
Well,
needs help with, and I'm like
well,
they could have done a little bit more. Like, like, like
that's something that's so hard with Superman, right? Because he
yeah,
doesn't go through the normal strains of every other movie character because he's OP,
yeah,
like he's overpowered, like
yeah,
he's so fucking overpowered. I mean, have you watched Death Battle? He's the only person that
yeah,
could destroy Goku no matter how the
yeah,
limit Goku reaches, right? So
yeah,
he's a
yeah.
bit OP'd, and at first I was like, yeah, we've never seen Superman beat up like that. But I don't want to give away any spoilers, but like when you find out who he's fighting, you're like, well, that makes sense why he kind of got beat up there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But look who's here, guys. Chaotic
What's
BPR.
happening, brother?
He is here.
Good, man. How are y'all?
I'm okay, man.
Me too.
Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Chaotic heard we're talking Xbox tonight, and he was like, I could talk about Xbox all night long. And I'm like,
All night.
okay, all right.
I
Yeah.
think
So
I
I
think
was
he's
like, we're
just jealous because he knows me and Sheldon, we're princes of the universe, and he wants to be a prince of the
we're
universe too.
Princess of the
I
Universe.
closet want to be a prince of the universe as well.
Yes, born to be kings, princes of the universe.
Yes, yes. Oh, yes. So since Chaotic's here now, and the whole group's here, we can start in our Xbox talk. So
I didn't
I
miss
kind of
it.
want to start it out. Yeah. I kind of want to start out like, Xbox for me, kind of what it was. I was, a lot of people were like PlayStation fanboys back in the day during the console wars. See, I was the one of the Xbox fanboys that was like Xbox is the best. Whenever we did those stupid things like the console wars, and I felt like I was winning. We were winning until after Xbox 360, and then it was just like, okay, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? It kind of got really confusing with the names and people between the Xbox One and the one Xbox One X or whatever it is. People got really confused. I still though have like always held out hope for Xbox. It's just one of those systems that I like. It's kind of like the arcade one up of consoles where it's like, they have so much potential and they could do so good. They could do so good. But then every time they turn around, you're like, what are you doing?
What the hell, man?
Yeah. It's like you can do this. It's not that hard. Just there's like 5 things you can change and then redo your whole the whole scheme of things and you could be winning all of this.
Well,
But here
you,
recently, it's been a little rough.
you also remember how much I've been talking great about the 4KP, and I was like, Sheldon, you should buy this. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for what the company's done to you now.
No. That wasn't your fault at all. That wasn't your
No,
fault.
but it's just
Yeah.
like I love this product, but I hate what the company's done to its customers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's kinda how
that's the shitty thing. I think we're all across the board on that one. Like amazing product. The fact that they built something of this quality that plays so well, it's so fucking sturdy, comfortable to play. They listened to all the feedback from the original At Games Legends Pinball, improved it. Haptics Kit takes it to another level. And if they could just get out of their own fucking way with the updates and the bullshit, they would have a winner on their hands. But that's the problem.
Yeah. And as everyone says, I didn't mind the actual 4KP itself. That thing was a dream. Like whenever I played it, that's what made me fall in love with it. Played it at the Pinball Expo, and that's why I was like, man, this thing is so awesome. And it was just the back end. It was just the back end. The rest of it was great, but the actual software and the company and the updates and I don't know if I want to turn this on today. I want to have access or not. It just wasn't for me. But I do miss the fact that I don't have baby sharks, and I can't play that. But
It's sad.
anyways,
It is fun.
I've heard that, and I'm like, but I'm sitting there looking at that, going, what IP is this for? Like, my kid's 3 and he's outgrown Baby Shark. Like, it's meant for like infants. Like, I don't know, like what kid's gonna be like, let's go play some Baby Shark. I don't know.
I think At Games were pretty clear, like when they released this, like, and it's weird. It's a weird market segment to go to because, I mean, they released a very good at-home pinball product that really, you're going to have a hard time trying to build your own for the price they were selling it at, especially originally. So they had this really cool product, and they were like, "Yeah, we're going to focus on families and kids." I'm like, it's kind of like Arcade One Up and their marketing. I think James did a really good show on it there yesterday. Like, it's just completely misunderstanding who your customer is in a lot of ways. Like, I know they want to be family friendly and fun, but you do that with a cheaper product. You don't do it with a $1,600 pinball machine. That's not family fun for the kids. So I don't know.
Whatever happened to
hard.
pet toys?
Oh, At Games Pet Toys.
Yeah.
I always laugh at that. Did you ever see the movie Scrooged with Bill Murray?
Absolutely.
And the guy was the president of the network was like, "Yeah, we're gonna start doing TV for cats. So I want you to put little ears on the." Whenever they talked about At Games making the pet toys, I was like, "Yeah, that's PK's like TV for cats."
Yeah, and that's kind of the way Xbox has been, I feel like, for a while too, because they have like you see these cool controllers that they come out with and stuff, which that makes more sense, but still it's been like, all right, that's neat, but like what about the games and the other side of this? But what's been your experience with Xbox, Mike?
I've been in since the original Xbox. Almost ended a relationship over it because my girlfriend at the time, who's an awesome person, like she was, but she had this weird fixation on like I had to grow up, be an adult really quick. And as you can see now, I'm a 45-year-old man with several $1,000s that is spent on video games and doing YouTube. I never did. So it wasn't a good fit, but I got my Xbox, and it was my third console of that generation. I had already had the PS2, the GameCube, but I saw like people talking about Halo, Morrowind, and all those experiences. So I got it, and I was like, "This is awesome." There were certain things I could do with it that was more PC centric. Like I remember I got a game called Raw 2 for the Xbox, and I was fascinated. You could actually rip off music, so I spent more time creating characters for it. Ridiculous characters from like early 90s WCW. I was bringing that, like I made the Fabulous Rougeau brothers just so I could use that "They're All American Boys," that theme song I put into it. Like I fell in love with Xbox and like how different it was, because it was the first time we had a console that was kind of tiered towards PC gaming, right? So I stuck with it. The next generation, Xbox 360 was the first console I got. My new girlfriend, talk about a stark contrast, that's now my wife. My last one went from fighting me about buying the Xbox to my new girlfriend, who eventually became my wife, actually bought me my 360. It was the first like gift she gave me, was my 360 for my birthday. I was a huge 360 guy, had like 60 games for it. And then we went into the Xbox One generation. I bought it at launch. Had a ton of fun that first weekend playing Dead Rising 3. Like, great experience. I'm one of the only people in the world that probably paid full price for Rise Son of Rome. I really
I think
like
I
that
did
game
too.
too. Yeah. Even though
It was
it's like,
short and it looked good. It looked good.
so yeah, and then again, Xbox Series X day one, and I played that more than my PlayStation 5 at first, just because there was more available that was Xbox X, Xbox Series X ready than there was on the PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5, I got Spider-Man Miles Morales. Then I was like, played through that the first weekend, and I was like, now what the fuck do I do? There's no other games out for it.
Yeah. It feels like Xbox always comes out strong whenever they release something. It's like always like, oh yeah, like we're gonna like put forth all this effort and make you get comfortable. We're gonna get real comfy with you. Um, but chaotic. How about you? What's your experience with Xbox growing up?
See, Mike, we're kind of twins, man, because like my experience was very similar. Now, I didn't get into actual Xbox. I was a PS2 fanboy for a long time until I went over to a military friend's house who was playing Halo with a bunch of his friends. They all had Xboxes just laying on the floor and TVs lined up. They were having a LAN party. And I was like, "What
Yes.
is this?" And they're like, "We're playing Halo, man. Where's your Xbox?" I was like, "I don't have one." So went to GameStop, bought one like used, fell in love with Halo, and then eventually Halo 2, and it was it was it was on from there on, man. Like Halo 3 for the 360, Gears of War, which put me over the top on Xbox. I was just like, I'm not going to anything else after this. Um, which I ended up buying a PS3 and a PS4, but ended up selling them because I was just like, I don't ever play this. I play my Xbox. This is all I care about. So Xbox One, day one, Dead Rising 3, Killer Instinct. I was having a blast with that stuff and never had an issue, man. And my current wife now bought me the Series X day one because she knew how much it meant to me. She actually bought me the Xbox One S, the Gears of War 4 special edition with when you hit the X button on the control to power it on, it does a chainsaw sound to it.
Yeah, nice.
Man, I still have that too. So she's been good to me. She's bought me both of those. Um, I've always had a fantastic experience with Xbox and thought, crap, man, Game Pass even brought so much value
Oh, yeah.
to it, which I guess we'll get into that in a minute. So, but yeah, it's been a fantastic experience. I've just looked at Xbox ever since the PS2 days and haven't looked back.
Yeah, they had a fantastic idea for giving gamers a great deal and to continue to support Xbox, and that was the Xbox Game Pass. Regardless of how much Xbox slowed down, and whatever bad things people had to say about Xbox, that's always where they come back to. Well, this is not very great, but Game Pass is it's only $20 a month. That's totally worth it. You get all these games and you can just play them like you're watching Netflix, but with the video games. But that
Oh, I
came
didn't.
to
Before you go any further, I didn't even
yeah.
think about like a Netflix subscription. I would look at it. We have passed a time where you do not rent games anymore. Like growing up, we always rented games. Like
Oh
up
yeah.
until probably around PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, that category, we would go rent games. That's how you would find out if you like something. And for me, I was looking at it. I think it was like $20 a month Canadian, $15 a month Canadian when I started. I was like, shit, man. Like I would spend 15 times that probably renting games over the course of the month. And like I get the day one games here. This just made perfect sense. It was such good value. You didn't always have everything you wanted on there, but you were getting all those Xbox exclusive games. Like I remember Gears 5 came out and I was like, I am so in. Like that was when it solidified me because I went back and forth with Game Pass, but that was the point where I was like all in and I kept it ever since, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just looked at my console the other day and I've had not Game Pass. I've had Xbox Live for 17 years straight.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so like I've been paying that subscription fee for 17 years.
And then for you know, for a lot of people, one thing that, as I guess for people in my situation, is I always wanted to have a handheld that I could play my Xbox games on. So I was excited. I think I'm in the same situation as Michael B, where you have a family, you have children, and it's like it's hard to get the television to play your Xbox. So I
Yeah.
usually play my Steam Deck or my Switch because I really don't have any other options. But then this was announced, and this like blew my mind. I was like, "Yes, I can finally play my Xbox games on something that was meant to play Xbox games, not like some." I've tried on other things like my MetaQuest, and it does okay in my phone, but it's so small uh, I can't really see too well on it. But this, I was like, finally something I could play my Xbox games on that was meant to play Xbox games. So I was excited for this. Michael B was excited for this,
Also,
and we became princes, and we pre-ordered this.
and Meatball Saucy is a prince of the universe too, but he doesn't want to be a prince, but
Yes.
he still is.
Yes. You are a prince, Meatball Saucy. I rent games. I rent games from Game Pass forever, forever. Yes, yes. So this thing is it was a little pricey. People were a little bit
Oh, so
upset because
pricey.
of the price point. $1,000 compared to what you get with the Switch right now, which is 500 with a game. But a lot of people were willing to swallow that price because of just what you're getting with this handheld PC, as well as there's something else I was going to mention with. Oh, it ended up selling out too in the United States. So obviously this was a huge win for Xbox. I finally felt like between the Game Pass and this and the cloud gaming, like this is finally a turning point for Xbox.
You
How,
even you
how
even have to go back a little bit before that because Xbox had been really gaining some momentum going back to the
yeah,
release of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle because like even Game Pass, which is great because you get day one games, but it'd been kind of dead for a while. There wasn't anything really interesting after probably Forza 5 came out. We went through a lull period. I know Forza came out and other stuff, but there was no like killer apps coming out on Game Pass. It was just something that was in the background and thought it was great. I could play games from my PC and stuff like that. But then we had Indiana Jones of the Great Circle, and we started getting hit with all these great titles too. Like Expedition 33 came out day one on Game Pass. They released Ninja Gaiden Black, which didn't actually work out very well, but like we had a slew of really good titles. Atom Falls, South of Midnight. There was just so much coming out that Game Pass was really gaining a lot of momentum and winning people back. I forgot Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Hellblade 2 came out too. So that
Mhm.
was really good. But like Game Pass was on a roll and was doing really well, like in terms of titles and excitement. And then this came out and sold out, and you were like, holy shit, man, like we're in a really good time for Xbox. They went from third place to really gaining momentum and becoming like a serious brand again. And then,
yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people were starting to shit on Nintendo for all the Switch 2 stuff going on with the game cards or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because now it's just a key instead of an actual
Yeah,
game
game
within
key
the.
yeah,
cards. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
to be fair, I haven't played South of Midnight yet, Meatball. I just heard some people liked it.
it started off good and then it
Yeah.
just went.
Yeah. So
But
we had this thing. Go ahead.
one other thing, you also got to give Meatball credit because if you know you've been in the discords, especially with me, I've been fighting them because, like I said, yeah, it's going to be like $8.99. That's the price they leaked for it. Meatball's like, nah, it's going to be like $1,500 US. And, like he kept fighting us about it, and we were like, no, they can't sell it for that. No one's going to buy a $1,500 handheld Meatball. And like he was like, you know what? I'm happy I'm wrong. It's $1,000. So here's the thing. Here we are saying like, oh, this thing is so fucking expensive. Like, oh my god. When Meatball's like, oh my god, this is like $400 less than I thought.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
yeah,
he went basically on the trend probably of what the Legion Go
Yeah.
2 got announced as, because that I was excited about Legion Go 2 more than I was this because I thought
But
this was going to
it's
be more expensive.
the Legion Go 2. I watched a comparison video on it last night. Like that thing is so cool looking, and like that giant 8.8-inch OLED screen is so impressive. But I mean, like that's gonna be, I think, like if you get the really good version of the Legion Go 2, because it starts at like $1,400 US,
Yeah,
but it goes up to like $2,000 US to get the really, really good one.
the
I mean,
2 terabyte
Jesus.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this one here too is it's supposed to be out October 16th. So we have what, like 13 days, a little less than
Yeah.
2 weeks. But Michael B shared with me. Actually, someone ended up getting one early,
That's
and
right.
they did a little review. Yeah, and I actually found I took your video and I searched for the article and or the person in Reddit, and I found what they said about it here, and they're super impressed with this. Let me pull it up here. So they give a quick review, which is what the video was about. But he just goes on and on about how great it is. As it feels as a handheld, he says that it feels more like a handheld than it does a PC. Also, to the Xbox, inspired by the UI is nice. He talks about how much battery life there is, how many frames per second you're able to get. It says here that with a baseline of 35 to 40 FPS at 25 watt, but then he says they add the FSR in quality mode, frame generation, or lossless scaling. You're hitting 70 to 80 frames per second without breaking a sweat on this device. So
Mhm.
he was very impressed with it. He says that it's definitely worth what you're paying for. Only thing he hated was the full screen environment was currently locked, which they said on that video too that that'll be unlocked with the updates whenever he can finally update it because he can't right now because he's not supposed to have it.
Right. Day
Um,
one updates.
yeah, yeah. So, but by all accounts, like this seems like it's gonna be an awesome handheld. Did you get a chance to read this, Michael B?
Oh yeah. What really impressed me was like what he said was he was really impressed with the upgrade from the Ally X to the Xbox Ally X, and I had held out on getting, like I already had a Steam Deck. I like my Steam Deck, but like I had considered getting the Ally and then Ally X as well. And I'm lucky I held off because now seeing this, like I think I would have kind of been in Gamer Fridge's situation where I'm like, I can still probably do a lot of this stuff with my Ally X. I don't need to upgrade, but this is so worth the upgrade. And I don't know if I would have jumped. So, hearing about like the form factor, how it works, the only thing that, kind of bums me a little bit, like OLED screen is so nice. So that's the only thing that I'm a little bit bummer at, but apparently the screen is still really, really good.
Yeah, he did say that here that he does miss the OLED display. And I'm sure they'll come out since this sold so well. They're going to come out with an OLED version of this if
Yeah.
Xbox is still around. Um, um, but yeah, so it does give you a little bit of faith in the device itself, and get you excited about it. So
Can you bring up
chaotic.
Jason, sorry, just really quickly, can you bring up Jason Little Alien's comment on screen? And I'm going to say something a little bit gross here, but like earlier today, I did, like I was stuck, in the room with my kid, and he was playing around watching Sonic on TV. He had two iPads going, so I'm just there with him. Doesn't need anything from me, so I said I'm going to pop into my Steam Deck, and I start playing Cyberpunk 2077, which is beautiful and still runs beautifully on the Steam Deck, but
Yep.
you notice things, right? Like the small things, like the hair being a little bit choppy and like something not being sharp. And while that's not a big deal to Jason, that's the kind of stuff that gets my dick hard, man. Like seeing like, crystal clear graphics on like a little screen, like I'm playing it and I'm like, this could look so much better. And I want to see that. I want that experience. I don't want to feel like I'm compromising if I'm playing on a handheld.
Yeah, yeah, and that's kind of how everything goes. I mean, if you look back at the original Game Boy, we just want it to look a little bit better, play a little bit better, and you just keep advancing, and so that's why we're where we're at today, I guess.
Yep.
Chaotic, is this got you to buy it yet? That's what we're here for. We're actually trying to get you to buy one tonight on stream. No,
Yeah.
No, what?
Well,
Uh,
I hate to disappoint you. That's definitely not going to happen, but it's definitely on my radar, man. Like I still got my Legion Go 1. I'm currently playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which if you look at that, to be, like an 8-inch screen, to be able to play something as beautiful as that at like 60, 70 frames per second on the Legion Go, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Oh my God. Talk about getting your dick hard. That's awesome, man. But eventually, yeah, I am going to get it. It's not in the cards right now. So I'm going to continue to enjoy my Legion Go that I just currently turned into a Steam Deck because I just put Steam OS on it.
yeah. Now, have you guys heard of the Reddit, the accent people give Redditors and how they kind of like that geeky tone to them whenever they're talking? Have you guys seen anything like that? And usually it's like a, well, really, it's like a geeky guy. And this is just full Reddit. Like, this guy gives this, like, 7 paragraph thing about his review and how great this is. And then the first comment is, it's pretty expensive or extensive early review. Like, that's just the way, like, Redditors
Yeah.
sound to me every time they talk. That's a pretty extensive early review. Like, yeah. Um, there's a guy on TikTok, that's his whole thing is him sounding like a Redditor, and it's always like this geeky guy with an Indiana Jones looking hat and a leather jacket going into
Oh
GameStop.
shit.
That's like the way he always sounds. Like,
I
uh,
don't really pay much attention to Reddit. Like I know we got Neo in the home arcade space, like doing cool stuff, like sometimes breaking news, sometimes covering our news, giving us press. But the only ever time I go to Reddit is I got a friend who I'll talk about like Instagram models. I'll say, man, this chick is hot. And he's like, yeah, you can see all her leaked OnlyFans stuff through this Reddit page. I'm like, yes, you're killing it, dude.
oh,
Don't go to the subreddit titty drop.
so if Mike sends you a link to Reddit, just buyer beware, I guess. Is that
Yeah, not safe for work.
like, do not have that on the background of your your channel whenever you're live streaming. That's all we're saying. Uh, all right. Well, then we have all this good news that we're building up. Things are looking great for Xbox. As Mike said, it's like this resounding moment where it was like, oh, Xbox is finally like just pushing forward. And then they drop the bomb, the one that we all know about. They decided to increase their pricing from $20 a month for the ultimate to $30 a month, and this just blows up the internet. They try to justify it, like this says here. They do add on a few things. The Fortnite crew, which I don't even know what that is. It's like Bitcoins apparently, or not Bitcoins, but V Bucks.
It's
That's
their
what it is.
it's their battle pass basically.
Okay, and then yeah, so they put this in here, and people are not happy. I mean, it's not a good response. It's to the point that it actually their cancel site goes down because it's so many people are trying to go to Xbox to cancel their subscription because this $30, $10 hike raise, 50% increase is just killing them at the moment. What's your thoughts on this? Well, do you think it was a good idea, bad move, good move? Um, and just overall take on the price increase. So we'll start with you, Chaotic.
Oh boy. So I've always been like, just keep it the way it is, man. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. Cause everything else they had going for them, man. Now I was talking to a couple of my friends tonight who, are just straight up Xbox players, and they're like, $10, I don't care. I'm fine with it. And I'm like, all right, well, it kind of sucks that the whole reason of getting Game Pass is so that you're able to play games day one. The online structure and everything that Game Pass brings to it, but now they're locking certain tiers behind day one new releases and stuff. You have to get the $30 holy shit package, right? The Ultimate Edition, or
Yeah.
and then like premium was just same as his old standard, and essential same as old core, and then you have PC Game Pass.
Yeah.
It's and prices have gone up across the board. So It's like I've been paying because that's why I brought up the whole Xbox, being an Xbox Live member for 17 years. It's it is what it is. I've gone through I don't know how many price changes over Xbox over the years. If you think about it, at one point it was $9.99, then it went to $12.99 to $14.99 to $17.99 to $19.99. Now here we are at $30. So it sucks. It's insane, but in the end, I'm gonna keep trucking through, man. Either that, or I'm thinking about what exactly do I play on my Xbox online. I think the only time I ever play online on my Xbox is with MG when we play Helldivers 2. Other than that, the only thing I really use my Xbox Game Pass for is whenever whatever's available on the console is also available on PC, like that game. So like Gears of War Reloaded, even though I owned it for the Xbox, I can go over here and play it on the PC and it not be cloud. It actually be like I have to, install it. So
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
also have the other option that people aren't talking about here, and I know what is his name? Game Freezer or whatever sent it to you, Sheldon, there the other day. Just
Ice
the
Freezer.
yeah. Anyways, there is a PC only option, right? And that one's only going
Yeah.
to be about $16 per month US, and that
Mhm.
one is like basically the equivalent of Ultimate. You're getting all your day ones, everything that works on the PC. So I mean, like if you just you don't want to do it console wise, because you got to remember, like we're getting the ROG Ally X, which is a Xbox handheld, but is it really an Xbox handheld? Because it's going to support gaming from your Xbox, but not really. I mean, anything you actually physically put on this device has to be PC enabled. So it's coming from the PC side. So if you wanted to do it that way, you can, but it'll just like nerf your consoles if you want to still play on consoles.
Yeah, because
A
in
couple
the
other
end,
things. Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, in the end, your Ally X is still technically a PC. So Xbox PC Game Pass will be the
Yeah.
way to go for you.
And they did mention that the first two, I guess, levels of this, I don't know how, but the essential and the premium actually did get upgrades as far as having being able to play on the PC as well as the cloud gaming. Apparently, that wasn't available
No,
on the. Did it freeze? Am I frozen?
no, you're still good.
Okay, the thing went away on my page. And apparently, I'm gonna stop sharing it because it went away. Um, apparently, so that was an upgrade for those two, like uh, you know, different ones. But the only one that didn't have anything really change on it, but went up in price was the Ultimate itself.
Yeah, see,
So it's kind of weird.
this is the trick of it because they talked about all the benefits for the premium and the core, which is now essential. But what they're not talking about it is they kind of screwed those plans over. Like you pretty
Mhm.
much the only sensible plan to get is the ultimate because with the premium and essential, your Call of Duty stuff is not included. That's in the fine print. There
Yeah,
is no Call of
yeah,
Duty unless you have ultimate. That's it. So
All day
like
one releases.
while they did all this bullshit about like upgrading these other two plans, the upgrade was a smokescreen to the fact that they absolutely nerfed them, completely nerfed them. I feel
Mhm.
terrible. I watched that video, and can you imagine like the Xbox like lead people coming down to your social media team and like your marketing team and being like, "We got some fucking terrible news, and we need you to make it sound good." You gotta do a spin on this because this is really really bad news. Like we're doing something that makes no sense. And what's even more frustrating about it is market reports came out like I think it was like a week ago where they said Xbox Game Pass generated $4 billion in revenue last year, and they talked about how profitable it was. So here's the question: why the fuck was this massive price hike necessary right now, literal weeks after they touted the success of the streaming service and how it's profitable? But if it's profitable, why do you need to make such a giant price hike? Like that's the thing that doesn't make any sense. Like I would get it if they were like, hey, we went out and bought all these studios and we're trying to make Game Pass a thing, but we're struggling with it. We got to raise the price. I'd be like, you know what, guys? I like what you're doing. I feel like supporting you. But literally, again, days after releasing a report being like, everything's super, Game Pass is a massive success. We're doing so well. We're swimming in money, so much so that we're going to really screw you over here now and ask for more.
It kind of remind me of not to bring up bad times, but during COVID, whenever companies would come out and be like, "Oh, what we had the most record-breaking year ever. Our
Grocery
sales are
stores.
through the
Oh
roof.
my God.
Oh yeah, oh it's amazing." And we're gonna have to do some layoffs here. And you're like, "Huh? Like, like we're gonna have to increase some of the prices of some of the things we have." And you're like, "Wait a minute! Like you just said, we're doing great." And
Oh yeah.
just the way it kind of reminded me of
The amount of corporate greed we saw during COVID, it has been unreal. And I know that some things have gone up with inflation. I get that. Absolutely. But since the pandemic, I'll give you an example. You used to be able to take coupons out back in 2020 and go to Burger King here in Canada, and for $11.99, you get 2 Whoppers, 2 fries at Burger King with a coupon. Do you know how much the same deal is now? Just 5 years later,
right?
$19.99.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad.
almost doubled.
Yeah, like there's no way that's not normal inflation. This is definitely corporate greed. These companies saw an opportunity, and there was increased expenses. A lot of things went up. I get it. There is inflation, but this is not normal fucking inflation.
When I was watching Super Game Room Dudes earlier tonight, I saw where Carl said that no subscription service, other subscription service costs $30 a month.
That's not entirely true.
ESPN,
Yeah,
with WWE now costs $30 a month.
yeah. And I pay. I have TSN, which is the sports network. It's kind of like the equivalent to ESPN here in Canada. That's also tied in with a Crave, which I don't think you guys have Crave either, but that's over $30 too. For me here in Canada, it actually jumped from $22.99 a month for Ultimate up to $33.99. So with tax in, I'm at about $40 a month now for Ultimate.
Oh God, jeez.
Well, and then not only does that happen, but let me share this little bit. This is something I saw, I think it was yesterday, or no, I just saw it a couple days ago. This has happened. Let's go back here. It says this deal is getting worse all the time. Xbox fans upset at latest Microsoft rewards nerf, with points no longer directly redeemable for Game Pass subscriptions. So not only did they are going to raise the price, but now they've nerfed the way that you get Game Pass through points. So
So
you
they
have to go this
nerfed
roundabout
the
way now.
ability to get Game Pass with your points.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes. So now you can still do it, but now you're going to have to go, and I believe they said you have to go buy the gift cards, and then with the gift cards you have to redeem the Game Pass with those. Like it's like a roundabout way, but they will no longer let you directly use it for Game Pass.
Oh no.
So they just like put salt in the wounds. Like it's just like, what are you doing right now? like just stop. Like people are already so mad at what you're doing, and then you're like, oh yeah, by the way, that easy, convenient way you used to be able to do this, we're gonna take that away, and just really, really just rub it in there. It's like, what are you doing? It's just where at the point where it's just like, you can't justify it in any way. It's just a bad idea. That's just horrible, horrible. Everything about it.
I guess you kind of saw the writing on the wall when they brought out that commercial where it's like, this is an Xbox, this is also an Xbox, that's also an Xbox. So you no longer need to buy a $750, $800 console. You can basically play Xbox on anything, but damn it, they're going to get money out of you that way too.
Yes. And there's one person who said that they'd had a $1 introductory back in September 2020. They kept it going this entire time, so maybe that's why it's going up. People kept doing that. So they're like, yeah, time for people to pay the piper, I guess.
I don't know what's going on here. It's just the reason we're talking about it is this just sucks, because days after we went and dropped all this money on the Xbox ROG Ally X, and like we're excited to get it. Now we get this horrible, absolutely dreadful news that we got to pay all this extra money for Game Pass, which this does not take physical discs. Like, you literally need Game Pass in order to make this work, or buy
Yes.
games from the Xbox store. Now, the cool thing about this, and where I ease myself on this, is I'm a Steam Deck guy, right? I've
Mhm.
been right in since day one with the Steam Deck. I bought the OLED Steam Deck. I did the upgrade. So I'm looking at it this way. This is a more powerful version of the Steam Deck that also lets me tap into Xbox. So I was kind of pissed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really upset about it. I was like, you know what? I don't really need this right now. Like, I don't give a shit about Xbox. This money stuff is crap. I don't want to deal with this anymore. So I was 100% going to cancel the ROG Ally X. Get rid of Game Pass, and I was like, fuck it. I'll just buy the games, whether I buy them on Steam or I buy them on Xbox. Like, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. There's some negative comments about Game Pass that we can all kind of agree with as well. Like, it is hard to juggle like all the stuff that you want to play, and there's this weirdness in it where it's like, okay, this game just came out on Game Pass. I don't know how long it's going to be here, so I got to drop everything to try to play through this now. The
Yeah.
stress of beating the game before it leaves Game Pass. So you get that side. I was that way, but Meatball brought me back. Meatball was like, you want it, and I was like, oh, that's enough. No, but I started thinking about it that this could maybe, I love my Steam Deck, but this could maybe be a replacement for my Steam Deck. Everything I want to do on my Steam Deck, I'm probably going to be able to do on this as well, but better. That's the way I'm looking at it now.
And also, if you do feel like you're tired of that Xbox full screen experience, you're tired of the Windows experience, you can drop Steam OS on it, or you can split your hard drive in two and be able to do both.
No.
And you'll have all the power of your console or your handheld PC, and be able to use on the Steam Deck, and actually even get even more power out of it, because all the Windows services in the background gone.
Yeah.
Nothing's running in the background. It's straight up like a Steam Deck.
Another thing I really like about it, Sheldon, I'm sorry, I'm kind of taking over here now. I got massive
No, it's
problems.
cool. It's
Man,
cool.
I'm sorry. Either of you guys ever play the PS Portal?
Oh,
No. I don't have a PlayStation, so no.
Don't have
Oh, bastards. Anyways, one thing I loved about the Portal when I first got it, because I was having some struggles to get it working, because it requires good internet. And if there's one thing I don't have in my house, it's good internet. But one of the things I absolutely loved about it was the form factor, because it had those PS controllers on the side with the, screen in the middle. And that's the other thing that I'm really excited about this. Like, I love handhelds like the Steam Deck. I love the Switch, but I don't find them very ergonomically comfortable. But I found that Portal super comfortable. And looking at the way they've redesigned the Ally for the ROG X with the actual controllers out there, kind of more like the Portal, I'm like, yeah, I'm all in on this. This is going to add so many hours to my gaming, where my arms don't get weirdly cramped up while I'm lying down trying to play it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have a PlayStation Garage Gamer. I have never. No, I did own a PS1. I did own a PS1. That's the only PlayStation I've ever had. But yeah, and to your point too, Michael, is the main reason why I wanted something like this, like with the PlayStation Portable. I thought about getting a PlayStation for the PlayStation Portable, because I don't ever have access to the TV. Some people are like, oh, why even buy this at all? Just play your Xbox. Like, I always dock my Switch. That's what they say, or whatever. That's how I play it. And I'm like, well, my kid is watching Blue's Clues on the TV 24/7, and or whenever they're not on it, then the wife wants to watch a movie, which is fine, but it's like, to play Xbox, I have to wait till midnight whenever everyone's asleep to finally get on it. Like, so the TV's free for me, or I have to try and like rip it away from them, and then the whole time I'm playing, there's kids screaming, or I feel guilty because my wife's over there playing on her phone, bored. And I'm like, that'd be so much better if I could just have my Xbox in my hands. So that's the reason why I wanted something like this. We do have a PS4, I guess, that's been broken since we've been married. That is true. That is true. But yes, so that's really the pull for me personally for something like this. I am a Steam Deck guy though too. I do have a Steam Deck. I'm playing Dragon Quest 8 on it right now, like 50 hours into that. But yeah. Anyways, that's totally a side note. But I did have something interesting else that came forward that Microsoft may be doing, and I want to get your opinions on it. And yes, this is IGN again because apparently they're just wreaking havoc on my Instagram, and I keep finding articles like that's really interesting. I should bring that up. So apparently, Microsoft is reportedly testing free Xbox Cloud gaming supported by ads with monthly play limits. Apparently,
Oh, great.
they might be talking about this soon. Um, it's a mixed bag for me. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I guess if you can't afford it, this is a way to play. But I'm also like, introducing ads to gameplay like this, I don't know how I feel about that. Um, but I wanted to see what you guys thought. I know it's kind of out of left field here. We didn't really talk about it at all, but I mean, initial thoughts. How do you feel about this?
I think that the timing is suspect, especially after such bad news.
Mhm.
It's kind of like a compliment sandwich. ROG Ally X, good. Horrible increase, bad. Maybe there's some free cloud gaming coming. Good. So I think there this is like not even remotely close to coming out. Like it's something to share right now to maybe restore some goodwill. For me, I mean, I think it's great that there's an option to play for free with ads. Um, Talk about streaming services. I mean, like for me, Tubi is fantastic, and I do not mind the ads on those. But something I'm paying for, then to have ads as well, like friggin' Prime
Yeah.
right now, like is so frustrating. So I'm fine with it as long as it doesn't bleed into the regular subscription stuff like it has with so many streaming services.
Yeah, that's the reason why someone had mentioned. I talked about there being so many ads on YouTube, and someone mentioned, well, if you buy the lowest tier, it still has some ads, but not as many. And I'm like, I'm not going to pay for YouTube to have ads. like, like I don't know, it just feels wrong to me for something like that. That's the way it is in a lot of these. Is you pay for them to get access, and they still have ads added onto it. So hopefully that's not what they continue with this. Brian, what do you think?
I don't pay for subscriptions to get access to them. I pay for subscriptions to avoid ads. Period. Um, Now this is great to me. It seems like more or less a demo or a trial period per month. If you want us to be able to dabble into a little bit of casual gaming, 5 hours a month, great. If you don't mind dealing with ads, hopefully it's more like, watch a 30-second ad, play for an hour, watch a 30-second ad, play for an hour, or something like that. If they can run that, that's not bad for some people, but for me, man, it's all about I pay for a subscription to not have ads. Therefore, my YouTube Premium, my Hulu, which it still plays an ad, but I can skip it.
Yeah, yeah. For me, it was too good of a deal on if you wait till Black Friday, those I have I think it was Peacock for $1, but with ads, and I'm like, for a
Yeah.
dollar, like, okay, I'll do that. And then Hulu and Disney Plus was like $3 with ads, and I was like, yeah, for $3 a month, I'll do that. Like that's kind of where mine is. If it's still like the $10,
Yeah,
I
but
do
that's how they get you. That's how they get you because you
yeah,
come in and then you forget about it, and now all of a sudden you're like, "What am I paying $40 a month for? Oh my god!"
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Worst streaming service with ads is HBO. The ads always
God,
start
yes.
at the worst
Oh,
time.
I canceled that.
I'm I had never watched Columbo, and that's on Tubi. I've been actually watching that while I work after all my YouTube stuff is done.
Columbo. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, bum,
Yeah,
bum.
yeah. I was like, all right, I've never watched
Ah,
Columbo. Let's start
what do we
watching
got
this.
going on
Hour and a
here?
half. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's that. Tubi's awesome though. I mean, I'm surprised at some of the stuff that they have on there. That's absolutely free. Um, I forgot your name because they all call you Brian. Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
actually, I'm
yeah.
starting to like my name now.
And that's what happened with me and my name too. I got called Galga Guy for so long. So whenever people started calling me Sheldon, I was like, what are you doing? This is weird.
We're friends.
Uh, yes, yes. But um, that's all I had as far as the articles around this whole Xbox ups and downs. This past what this has only been all within like a week and a half, right? Like this happened last week. It's all been just like
Feels like 3
I
days
mean, it's
ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's been like awesome, terrible, awesome, terrible, awesome, terrible. It's like having a crazy ex-girlfriend or something.
Yeah,
But
I'm interested to see where it goes, Sheldon. To tell you the honest to God truth, because a lot of people are saying now, well, they're gonna have to walk it back because so many people canceled. I would think they built in that. They knew it was. I mean, these companies don't make these decisions and like get sidelined. Like, what? People didn't like a $10 increase monthly? Like they consider they're going to lose some subscriptions to this, but overall they'll be more profitable at the end of the day, right? So that's what they're considering. There's some acceptable loss with the price increase of subscriptions. So be interesting to see how things go. Prices often don't go back. Like you're not going to see that. You will see the price increase or the program will shut down altogether. That's usually the way this shit works, unfortunately. Yeah. So for the people thinking they're going to walk it back, nah.
now
Now,
you're giving me heartbreak. You're giving me heartbreak because I was hoping I'm like, well, maybe they'll walk back. You're killing me here.
yeah, a company like Microsoft, when they make a bad decision, they stick to it. And their thing is, if there's a lot of cancellations, some people they're going to get some of those subscriptions back because people are going to be like, oh damn it, I missed playing. I want to play the new Call of Duty. It came out. F it, I'll pay $30 this month, but I'll cancel it next month. Ended up keeping it.
And there's still this. No, you go ahead. Sorry.
I think that if they would have done the same exact thing over the next year and just slowly increased it, it would have been a lot easier.
Yeah.
Vitamin to take on it. It's like, why did you do it just so bluntly? If you would have been like, oh, we're increasing it $3, then wait, 4 or 5 months and been like, oh, here's another $2. Like people would have been mad, but it wouldn't be like in droves that people would be leaving. Like
I don't understand. Like I like that's how I would have done it. I would have done a tiered up increase. Now you could still upset people because they could be more upset by the constant increases than a one-time massive increase. I don't know the science of all this. Obviously, we're looking at this and saying brain dead. They're brain dead, but they obviously have a lot of people pushing them, giving them advice, recommendations based on data instead of just, three bearded dudes that are upset.
Yeah, I mean, another thing is I kind of wish they would do like what cell phone companies do is like when you are on a certain plan and they got rid of that plan, they went all with all new plans. As long as if you're an active subscriber to their network, you are grandfathered in.
Yeah.
And I would love to have that. Just be straight up new customers. Nope, I got me email coming November. Oh yeah, you're automatically going to the $30 plan, buddy. I'm like, oh, okay. Appreciate it.
Yeah. It's but yeah, guys, I think that we covered it very well. I think we went over a lot of things. Thank you, Michael. I'm glad Michael B was here because he had a lot of things that I missed. I knew he'd be the guru that could remember all this stuff because you have like a memory like an elephant. I don't know what it is. You can remember all this stuff. So I was like, Michael B will remember. He will remember.
Yeah.
Who's it? Is it Petridge Farms? Who's it? We remember.
Pepperidge Farms remembers.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yes. But
yeah, this was fun. I hope, Brian,
go
at some point you're going to jump in and join us in the ROG Allies. We're going to start a new show called Xbox ROG Allies about us aligning towards this. We're going to get Meatball to come on camera. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be excellent. It's tough though, because I know you were pretty excited when you got your Legion Go last year. I think this was a gift from your partner as well. Yeah. So it's hard to let that stuff go, right? Like there's
I wasn't gonna get rid of it. I was gonna keep it.
Yeah, and like I'm questioning myself. Like, do I sell my Steam Deck now? Like, get some of the money back? What do I do here? Right?
Well, I'm debating on selling my Xbox because I'm like, I don't really have any discs for it, and I can hook this up to my TV. I don't really know. I don't know. I like maybe get rid of that.
Put it in your
What?
Put it in your Vuelix.
That is true. That is true. I could take that Xbox out of there and use this for that.
Or cancel your ROG Ally and go out and buy that X-Men arcade.
Yes.
I
There was an
think
X-Men.
I think you might have some
ahead.
competition on that. I sent that to Fox as well. So
I did too. I was like, dude, this is the guy we got the big blue from. He was like, whoa. So yeah, there was a shell of a X-Men arcade, just the shell. There wasn't really much to it, and the deck was gone, but it didn't look too bad shape, and he only wanted $150 for it. So he sent me it, and then I sent it to Fox, but I had seen it earlier too, but I was like, I just got too many projects I think going on right now. But anyways, also too, before we go, I wanted to mention again, donate to Steve right here, guys. Use the QR code. Great guy. I don't think I've actually talked to Steve too much. I know that I've seen him in chats and things like that, but how everyone talks about him, you just know he's a good guy.
he did something
So
really
please-
special for Brian. I don't know if
Yeah,
you
he
knew
did.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
The CPAP machine. So yeah, I was having trouble sleeping and then having night terrors and stuff about going to sleep, and casually mentioned it to people in Walkabout Mini Golf, and Steve says, messaged me on Facebook randomly, goes, I'm going to go see my doctor tomorrow. He says he's got a couple of machines. I'll send you one. Just out of nowhere. I was like, dang, man. Machines are expensive. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I went
So-
on Amazon after you had mentioned that to see how much they are, and they're like $600 or $700. Like if you buy them
Yeah.
off of Amazon, so they're expensive machines. I know obviously through insurance and things they're probably cheaper, but if you're just buying one straight out,
Yeah, if you don't have
that
insurance,
just
you're
Yeah.
kind of effed in the B. So
yeah. So that just shows you how great of a guy Steve is. So please, if you have an opportunity, donate right here. You can use this QR code, Jason Low Alien. Put it in the chat. Also, too, where you can click and hit the GoFundMe there. We need to get up to $6,500 for him. We're at a little under 4,000. It looks like, or about 4,000. Whenever we
3601.
start 3601. So please
And
go over there.
there's some extra
Great tip.
money behind the scenes from Stock Chuck as well, so closer to 4.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's where we're sitting at right now. But your Friday night, guys, it's not over because Late Night Live, they're up next. So they're going to keep
Which I'm
our
going to be on as
TGIF
well, and then I'm going to do a show after then. So I'll be on right up. I'll get you to what is the Nostalgia Power tomorrow morning. I'll be on all night.
Yes. The MichaelB 24-hour stream it continues.
I am YouTube.
And then they found him in his chair. Like, he
Dead.
just-
He's dead.
Still streaming. But yeah, I already have it redirected right to them, guys. So you don't have to do anything. Just sit tight and you should be launched right over there. I know before we go to Chaotic, did you have anything that you wanted to promote? Anything going on?
Now, come check me out on my channel on Thursdays where we cover a bunch of usually the newest Act Game packs that come out for the 4KP pinball. And I do a couple of fun little mods for the 4KP as well as the ALU. I do want to start doing more Legion Go content as well as X Arcade content as well. So they go hand in hand very well as well.
And MichaelB, we know everyone knows MichaelB, but is there anything you wanted to promote? Anything going on? I know Mondays is your day usually, and Super Gamer News is on Friday. And anything that leaks, MichaelB is there. He's there on the news.
Well, it's one of the benefits of working from home and having kind of control of my schedule. So if something comes up, it's tougher now because my wife she had to go back to the office, so I'm alone with my son. So I don't have the freedom I had before of just stopping everything and jumping on the computer because there's no one to watch the kid. So it's a little bit tougher now, but I'm lucky that way. But I don't have anything I would like to really share. I just say check out a lot of awesome people in the community. Don't just go to the reliable old favorites. There's tons of new people coming into the community. They're making some good stuff. They're fun people. So, get out there and explore, find some other people and make some connections. You never know. You might make a lifelong friend. Like, I didn't know you guys at first, but now you're like some of my favorite people of all time. I talk to you every day over Discord. And then you meet other people like Steve and,
Steve's awesome.
so just because you see like a name come up that you're used to doesn't mean that that's always the channel to watch. Watch everybody. So that's what I want to plug.
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome, guys. So thank you again for both of you coming on to the show here tonight. Glad we got to talk about Xbox and our rogue allies as Princess of the Universe over here. Uh, and until next time, guys, we'll be seeing you. Bye.
Peace.